Controversy. The silent eyes of society sweep by, anticipating the imminent moment when someone will step out of line, will object to the standards society sets for us, will not conform to the invisible boundaries we were socialized to accept. Society expects us to be confident, but not egotistical, to be empathetic, but not too sensitive, to be aware of all the dangers of the world, but not be cynical. Contradicting qualities, and yet we are expected to embody the better trait to the best of our abilities. And when we deviate, there will always be a friend, a concerned adult, here to show us the way, usually by the use of a hushed, concealed insult that humiliates us just enough to make us stop being ourselves, leading us to not display personality traits that make us distinctive, individual, and perhaps slightly idiosyncratic. Myriads of people can attest to the fact that I love to read. Does it result in me being extremely overenthusiastic about a novel I have enjoyed? Yes, it does. When I was quite a bit younger, I was surrounded by friends who constantly made me feel embarrassed for being excited after I just finished immersing myself in a riveting plot or swooning over a character who truthfully was extremely idealistic. I was forced to feel self-conscious about my excitement and ashamed of wanting to share that elation by use of underhanded, subtle slights about how I was being boring and how I needed to act more normal. Grasping the fact that I was not the one in the wrong was a process, to say the least. It has been trying to learn that even though my friends were uninterested in the topic, their indifference should never have been expressed to me as disdain. As I grew older, I started to see my flaws from a different perspective. They stem from what I consider some of my best traits. For example, me expressing my adoration for books. Even when I am around people who do enjoy reading, endlessly analyzing each word on a page is not very pleasant for someone who is not as fond of novels as I am. Now, my theatrical teenager self looks at this flaw from a different angle. If I did not appreciate literature the way I currently do, I wouldn't be as overenthusiastic as I am now. I would never want to let go of my ability to lose myself in a novel. It is such an integral part of me, even though it is the cause of an irritating inadequacy. I am not going to be willfully obtuse and claim that every negative quality we have has a positive side to it. Nor am I going to say that all of our flaws are annoying at their worst, because that is simply not true. To be more precise, I am talking about the flaws that our culture or society sees as deviating from norms when we are simply being ourselves, not about the flaws that are detrimental to our mental health or hurtful to the people around us. For example, my fellow pessimists who cringe along with me at cliched romances, let us look at our negativity from this angle. We bring realism to a situation. Our cynicism allows us to be pragmatic, to peer at the world without rose-tinted glasses that mask the realities of our lives. As someone who is also introverted, I have learned that the time I spend alone is when I am at my most introspective and productive, and that time I spend just with myself is time I have come to value. Being a procrastinator at times has also helped me realize that I work best when my back is against the wall, that I produce amazing material when I am drenched in a nervous sweat, my hands shaking from the anxiety and the adrenaline. If everyone looks at their faults from the same disparaging angle, will we not ignore the full picture? Instead of constantly reproaching of ourselves for having these imperfections, I am trying to see these blemishes from a different perspective. For a blemish is all these traits are. Tiny stains that are constantly encouraged to be hidden, to be veiled, shrouded from society for fear of being ostracized when they are vital to our character. For instance, the messiest individuals have been proven to be immeasurably creative, And psychologically, the people we label as lazy have an innovator's mind, spending their time trying to find easier ways to get things done. Out of everything I have realized about myself while growing up, I think this one might be my favorite, because I am eventually starting to grasp what I should have always known. Despite my flaws, of which there are many, I am done altering my personality, because these traits can also result in me being an incredible, imperfect, interesting person, and that is finally beginning to be enough for me. Thank you.